The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Good morning, good Thursday morning, and welcome to United Way of Greater Fall River. How many of you have never been here before? This is your first time here. That's awesome. Yeah, so we're exposing you to our office. Not much happens here, just a whole lot of magic for 7 cities and towns in Greater Fall River. And we're excited to be here. This, for those of you who are reminiscing, this is the old Bank of Fall River, which then became merged with Bay Coast Bank. And so we have a vault, which is always an exciting thing to show people. And I have gotten stuck in there by myself after hours, in case you're wondering. So, and if you do that, there is a key inside. Anyway, we're gathering here today on this beautiful Thursday to celebrate the Teacher's Closet. And what is that? Well, this is actually our 6th initiative with the Teacher's Closet. But our first year in gathering together and identifying schools and adopting them with sponsors in a very intentional way, which you'll hear more about in just a minute. But I want to tell you kind of how it evolved. So we know that backpack projects are aplenty. They weren't always that way, and we were involved in backpack projects for quite a while. We're not one to duplicate effort. We're all about convening and collaborating. So we were approached 6 years ago when I first became executive director here. By the way, my name's Kim Smith. Did I say that? For those of you who don't know me. So 6 years ago, approached by Fund 107, and I am a Rotarian in Fall River, and I said, hold on, they're already doing something. Let's bring folks together in partnership and enhance the initiative rather than duplicate the initiative. That's what we're all about. So we started with that. And we were doing the backpack projects, and we had, Rotary had already adopted different agencies that they were partnering with. And the response, primarily because of Fund 107 coming in, and us, I think, give myself a pat on the back, the response was overwhelming. So we had an abundance of school supplies over and above the 150 backpacks that we packed with Rotary that year. And my father was a teacher. Our marketing person at the time was a former teacher. Our resource development person at the time, her mother was a teacher. And we all grew up in that environment, and we all knew or know that whether it's necessary or not, teachers are very giving and loving people. And when a kid is in need, they take from their pocket and they give to the kid, right? They do whatever it takes to make sure that the kids have what they need. And so we said, well, let's make a teacher's closet. And we reached out to school principals, and we said, here's an order form, order supplies as you need, and people came and went and so forth. So we did that for 5 years, kind of a little quietly behind the scenes. Last fall, when we had an influx of migrant families, children were in need. They were in hotels in Somerset, Swansea, and Seekonk primarily. And this was October, November, and the influx, the big drives had already been utilized, dried up, if you will, but we had our teacher's closet. And so we contacted the school specifically, Somerset, Swansea, and Seekonk, and we said, we'd like to give you all of these supplies. And I have to shout out Bank 5. They ran a secondary drive at that time, and so we gave them signage, and we said, Bank 5 and United Way have adopted a teacher's closet in these 3 schools. And a light bulb went on. And we said, this is the way we're going to do this initiative going forward. And this year, with so many backpack drives aplenty in the Greater Fall River area, it was the perfect time to kind of put that together. So Janine will tell you a little bit more about what we're doing and how we chose the schools and so forth, because everybody wants to be a part of that. And so as I turn it over to Janine, I just want to give a shout out to our board members here. We have Reverend Andy from First Congregational Church. We have Michelle Marcos from St. Anne's Credit Union. We have Christina Jonk from Bank 5, Ben Cooper from Clearview. We have Sue Jenkinson, retired, chair-elect, so she's not going to be retired too much longer. She's going to be working for me on a volunteer basis. Anyone else? Oh, and we have incoming board members, Taryn Cabral and Greg Clarkin from Bay Coast Bank. Anyone else out there that I missed? We have a fabulous board. If you're not familiar with them, look them up. They are wonderfully generous people in their time and talent. They are engaged with everything that we do. They're members of our community, and they care about you and us and succeeding together in building a community, a thriving community. So just give a shout out to our board members. And we are a small staff here, a small but mighty staff of powerful women. So there's me, there's Janine Pohorley, our Marketing and Community Engagement Coordinator, who many of you have probably corresponded with, and Patty Armstrong, who is our Resource Development. Yes, thank you. And finally, one of the things that was a big change for this year is that the Teacher's Closet primarily was being utilized by teachers in schools within Fall River, the city, which makes sense, right? But we in Greater Fall River, the United Way of Greater Fall River, serve 7 cities and towns. 2 of them are in Rhode Island, Tiverton and Little Compton. A lot of people don't know that. Tiverton and Little Compton should be part of Fall River anyway, right? Yeah, right, of course. We all agree. Maureen, make that happen. I want to give a shout out to Maureen Flanagan from State Representative Mike Roderick's office here with us this morning. Great support from them as well. But anyway, we said, here's our map. Let's give love to all of the cities and towns. So our intention was to adopt 1 closet in each of the cities and towns and 2 in Fall River. That didn't happen, and I'll let Janine tell you why.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. So like Kim mentioned, we decided to switch up our approach this year and become more targeted in both the items that we solicited as well as the schools that were selected because we really wanted to create direct, meaningful impact in all of these wonderful communities that we serve. So we utilized this accountability metric from DESE that is basically a mix of performance metrics that indicate whether a school needs or requires additional assistance. So we used that to start creating our list, and then we tapped local education leaders to get their advice and their guidance, and maybe there was, a school that we were overlooking or that should be included. So they were able to give us their input and their seal of approval. So we were able to move forward with that as well. And then in terms of the items that we were soliciting, as we mentioned, there's tons of community back-to-school drives that are happening throughout the summertime, which are so wonderful, and we really wanted to complement those efforts. So we decided to look for items that were more in the lines of learning manipulatives, sensory items, social emotional learning tools, as that's becoming more prioritized and integrated within curriculums throughout the school districts. So that's how we started to create our list, and I'll be sending a Google form out to all of the recipients so that they can provide their information and select from these items, because we really do want to provide resources and tools that that will actually be useful for you. So we'll do our best to accommodate that and all the requested items. And then now I'll kick it over to Patty to talk about how we were able to mobilize the community.
I am so excited to be at this point in time right now because there has been a lot of work that has gotten to this moment. I mean, talk about 6 years of building and just creative thinking to all be gathered in this room together is a really, really cool thing to be a part of and to look at you guys. So make sure you take a look around, make sure that you see we have educators, we have funders. This is what mobilizing the community really means, is coming together from all walks of life so that we can make a difference for our kids in the community. So with that, I am privileged to be the person that gets to go ask people for money. So this was actually one of the easier asks that I get to do because I was able to go to some of our funding partners, old and new, and say, we have this great initiative, give them all of the information and data that we just gave you, and say, so do you want to partner? And every single one of them answered with a resounding, yes, how fast can we do this? And so I just want to celebrate and thank all of our funding partners and let you guys know, because of our strategic move to actually match schools and sponsors, we're gonna have you guys come up. We're going to take a quick picture together as we announce them, so just be listening for your group. Not everyone was able to join us, so if one or both of you are here, come on up. We'll get the picture. We'll do a quick introduction. We'll keep this moving because there is not enough coffee in the world for long meetings.
Before you do that,
Yes.
I just want to segue into the sponsorship. So we, as I said earlier, we're going to adopt 8 schools. And each sponsor provided support of $1,000 because the idea is to keep this sustainable. And so as we did that, we're like, okay, are we going to meet this goal? And it doesn't, maybe sound like a lofty goal, but every goal has targets, right? We not only met the goal, we exceeded the goal. So we are adopting 11 schools with teachers crossings.
So I will try to keep this tight for all of us, but we have Freetown Elementary School here. Come on over. And K.R. Resendiz, I don't think K.R. Resendiz was able to be here this morning, but they are sponsoring your school. So we're going to get a picture with you. Thank you. All right, our next school. This one was really exciting. We have Westall Elementary. This school was selected because it's brand new, opening in Fall River. And the sponsor is Corporate Image Apparel, which I do not believe that they are on site today, but very excited. Thank you. Congratulations.
I'll throw things in.
Oh yeah, come on.
When we had the planning meeting, one of the administrators who, the Westall School wasn't in the data because it was the DESI data of past performance, she had suggested the school because it was new as a way to build community. And I think that's a really important point to make because no one does it alone, right? And no one entity provides all of the wraparound services and supports that are needed. And so building community is about bringing people together, building the awareness, and making sure people know where the resources are that they can tap into if you don't have them on hand yourself. So I thought that was an important point to make in that selection of the Westall School.
Absolutely. So speaking of building community, I love this next partnership because when I brought it up, the sponsor said, I'm going to do this, and I want this school. And there was no question about it from the beginning because they have been so invested with one another. So I'm going to invite RPA to come up, and they brought a little bit of a crew with them this time. So you all can come up in your rep shirts. And your sponsor is First Congregational Church with Reverend Andy. All right, so this is a big picture. Come on over, guys. I'm going to hold this up like this. Okay, squeeze in like we like each other. Okay, Janine. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations. All right, we have, in the town of Somerset, we have South Elementary School. Did I see? Wonderful. So glad that you're here. All right, and representing there is Webster Bank. They are coming through with a sponsorship for us. Come on over. All right, let's step over to this, or we'll step this way. Just don't want to have our media met. Perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. Then in Swansea, now this one is very special to me because I actually went to Gardner Elementary School myself, and so it was a fun one to try to figure out who was going to sponsor this school. And as I was driving home, which I live right near the school still, I saw St. Anne's Credit Union on the corner, and I thought, what a better partner than the place that kids are going to be passing by on their bus ride. So can I have the representative from Gardner Elementary and St. Anne's Credit Union come on over? All right, let's step this way just a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. We are super happy to have a Westport representative here with us today. I know Macumber Elementary, I don't think the teacher is here from there. Oh, principal is here. Wonderful. So if I can have, and Tom Obbin's here, guys. Our school superintendent is here. If you guys want to come over, your sponsor is the LaFrance groups who have decided to support your local school, which is amazing. So we'll step right this way and get a picture.
I'll ruin your image by standing next to you.
For the West.
Okay, and then why don't I have you guys stay here as well, and we'll announce now that the other Westport Elementary School is going to be supported. So we were able to pick up a second school, and this is because Bank 5 was a sneaky partner this year for us. They actually did a jeans drive and were able to support the school in Westport so we could pick up a second elementary school. So come on over, our Bank 5 representatives. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll get a picture.
The neat thing about that is the jeans drive was for all
Thank you
the
so much.
employees.
Thank you.
So Bank 5's sponsorship is really about the community of their employees and caring about the community, wearing jeans and, paying a fine or something like that, right? So it's leadership from the top down and, building that community within. So all of the employees really contributed to making this, and then the bank matched theirs. So
Yep.
you'll hear more about that in a quick second, so
Yep.
keep that in the back of your mind, but I just want to shout that out too, because there are more than two ways to skin a cat.
Yep.
Usually there's 11.
So with that, the sponsorship came through, and it was actually $600 over what we had initially needed. So we said, okay, how do we do this? Well, at United Way, one of the things that we do is we bring funds together so that we can support things. So we had some individual contributors come through. So alongside Bank 5, United Way stepped in, and we will be supporting the Wilbur and McMahon School in Little Compton. So. All right, let's get a picture all together. Come on in.
Where are we looking?
Janine. Always looking at Janine. Thank you so much. All right, so let me make sure I haven't skipped over too many things as I go through my list. So this next supporter was our very first person that stepped up and said, absolutely, I love this. He happens to be one of our board members. Ben Cooper at Clearview said, I am behind you. He sent this out to the full industrial park to help us gain some additional partnerships as well. And so we're just super thankful for you championing this program alongside us. And then you will be supporting Fort Barton Elementary School in Tiverton. I do not think someone is here from there, so come on over, Ben. We can get a picture together. Wonderful. All right. The next partner that we have is Bay Coast Bank. This is another really interesting partnership that we had because they did not just pull from one fund. They actually asked their local banks to pool together to support the Laterno Elementary School this year. So if I can have, there's a little bit of a crew because all of the banks came to rep. If you guys want to come forward so we can get a picture. I don't know if Laterno was able to come. I know they're doing teacher training this week, but we'll get a picture of our Bay Coast crew. Look at this crew that came together to support the school. All right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. All right, and then it was so encouraging. As Kim mentioned, you've seen more than 8 schools. We actually hit 11, and with that, we decided to support one other Fall River school, and that is the Atlantis Lower School. Bob is here. This was a really important partnership for us. Atlantis has been a great partner to United Way, as well as within the community, and they are being supported by Gold Medal Bakery. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. As you can see, it takes a lot of people getting creative to support initiatives like this, but they are so important because the impact we will see and hear from our teachers, from our educators, will be felt throughout this community. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for supporting this initiative and effort, and I'm excited to see how this grows. So back over to Kim.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Round of applause. Before I close us out and get you all back on your way to your jobs, which you're so anxious to do on this gorgeous day, do we have any questions? Does anybody have any questions or comments or thoughts? Yes, Tom.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, the sponsors and the United Way and everyone, because there's a lot of times that people don't understand the type of poverty that our schools are dealing with, and we're just so grateful for it. So Kim, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Absolutely. Tom is the superintendent of Westport, and it's a town that is land rich and sometimes resource poor, but not talent poor by any means. These are people who really care about their community, and I would say the same is true for every city and town that we serve. And so it's in no way a negative mark against you in any way. In fact, it's just an enhancement of the wonderful work that you're doing in the community, and we want to be here to be behind you and to support you every step of the way. Education and youth opportunity are two key elements, are pillars of focus for us. And in fact, the dollars that we raise, the majority of them go to support educational initiatives. So it's no, weird thing that you're all here in this way. Behind me, I just want to point out to you some samples of teachers' closets. When we chose the name Teacher's Closet, it's more of an idea around it. It could be an actual closet that you have in your school. It could be an area designated in that form that Janine's going to send you, that you can select items specific to your school and your needs. We're not just going to give you 3 boxes and say, here's your closet. If you don't like it, too bad. Use the stuff or don't. We want to make sure, as Janine said, that you're going to be able to use the items specific to you. So you will have choice and selection, and including if you need a shelf. So that will be on the form. Do you need a shelf? And we'll make sure you have that. So these are just samples. Obviously, you see traditional school items, but you also see things like granola bars and I'm going to actually take this because I think I might need it. Breathe in, breathe out, Things like tools for redirection, manipulatives, stress cubes. We could use those too here. Bombas socks. We know that teachers are providing a lot more than education. They're caring for kids who might not have even the socks to put on their feet, deodorant, things like that. We want to keep their classrooms safe and sanitary. So, I know schools provide a lot of these things. We've heard like they provide the tan carpet, but the teachers want the primary colors. Or they provide, the big giant bucket of disinfecting wipes, but they want the Lysol wipes. So, there's a little bit of personalization available here as well. So these are just examples of what a teacher's closet may look like. And the goal behind the sponsorship is that this isn't like a one and done. We want to be able to help keep these closets stocked throughout the year. So it is a sustainable initiative. It is something that we're going to continue to visit throughout the year. And the first piece of that, you're not going to take this away with you today. You're not going to get a box. You're going to fill out the order form, and we have delivery dates already mapped out, which will be September 17, 18, and 19. And it just so happens that we are holding our board meeting at the RPA school on September 19th. So that's just a nice serendipity there. And so we will reach out to you, or those dates will be in the survey. You'll pick a date and time, and then we're going to come like Publishers Clearinghouse to your school with the things that you've actually selected, so it gives us time for you to select and us to order and fulfill those. And then it's just another touch point and an opportunity for your community to see us in action and our partnership together. Your sponsors will be invited as well, our board members and so forth. And so we want this to be ongoing as we continue to move forward. Also, we have t-shirts in the other room. These t-shirts are, yes, this is our circle of hope. And so that's what we try to provide within our community. If you do not have a t-shirt, we'd like you to, there's all the sizes there, we'd like you to take one, and then on the delivery date, wear it with pride, so we can showcase. Again, it's about that awareness and that partnership. And if we don't have enough, we'll make sure we get you one. There's another opportunity to do that. Because we have year-round community engagement. I want you all to take a flyer, or at least check out our website. These are all the opportunities that we showcase to get involved with the community year-round, winter, spring, summer, or fall. We have opportunities, and the next big thing, which is our kickoff for our fundraiser, which is the only way that we can support initiatives and 75 programs in the community to the tune of $1.2 million, is our United We Move kickoff event. We get people out in the Fall River Bioreserve, moving, walking, running, and riding. It's family friendly, dogs on leashes, and we're living the brand, right? We're getting people out into the community to do healthy activity. We're educating people about the resources in Fall River. Who knows the percentage of water and forest in Fall River? Not staff. Not Mike Rodrigues, Maureen, no. Who knows what percentage of Fall River is water and forest? Take a stab, anyone.
70%.
Not bad.
90.
That's too high. 65. It's 50. 50% water and forest. And that's kind of a fun fact I always like to share, because people think of Fall River as the city, and we tend to focus on negative things, right? But we are trying to make sure that people are aware of the beauty that surrounds us, and to be able to take advantage of that and enhance the learning. So at United We Move, it's a trail fest, family friendly. Not only will you walk, run, or ride, but you'll have access to activities like the trustees will have their nature van, teaching kids about frogs and toads, maybe? I don't know, something like that. We'll have the Got Sneakers, the recycling program from the Rotary Club of Fall River, to keep sneakers out of the landfill, so we're being environmental stewards and sustainability. We'll have Mass in Motion, which has their HEAL program, Healthy Eating, Active Living. So engaging some of those partners that are in line with what we're doing in the Bioreserve, and just kind of making it fun and friendly. So you can sign up and get a t-shirt. And it's actually even a better t-shirt. It's a long sleeve t-shirt participants get with all the sponsors on the back, and really fun. But before that, on the Get Involved, you'll see the day before we engage and bring our community partners to action with a cleanup in the Bioreserve. And so a lot of our partners at the Fall River Industrial Park, who maybe we weren't talking with before or kind of in community with, have come out. We encourage all of you to come out. Great opportunity for your students to get some community service hours and to learn about the resource in their backyard. And then, of course, they can participate. We're looking for volunteers, kids on the track team, maybe, who might want to get out there and man the trails, kind of make sure there's some safety things going on, and running the day of registrants back and forth. It's official. We have a time starting line. We'll have music, food, lots of fun. TechEdge is our host site right there in the Bioreserve, and I'm going to call Ben out real quick for a second. I don't think he'll mind. Ben Cooper from Clearview. Clearview's been a major business in the industrial park for quite a few years, and I got Ben to come out and run, and he said, I had no idea this was behind me in my backyard. So, and that's, I think, the case for many folks. They don't realize the resources that are out there, and so we're trying to build that community and expose people to that in a very fun, family-friendly way. So do sign up. Our goal is 325 participants. If all of you sign up today, I think we'll get there. So that'd be super cool. With that, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for being with us, leading the way to healthy communities, to youth opportunity, to thriving opportunities for people. We can't do it alone, and this is a testament to that. So thank you to all of you, and we will be in touch with our Publishers Clearinghouse delivery of your Teacher's Closet.